Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another episode of Touchdowns to Home Runs. I'm your host Noah, and today we will be talking about my favorite NFL team, the Chicago Bears, and who their new quarterback should be coming in for this 2020 season, and that's all coming up in just a second. So if you're as big as a Bears fan as I am, you watch every single game and you live and breathe this team, you would have been as disappointed as I was in the Bears this season. Going from such a high point to making the playoffs, we were looking like we could be a real Super Bowl contender. Our defense was insane, to the double doink, and then to this disappointing season. It was so bad. Like I had so much high hopes going into the season. I still watched like every game, even when I even watched the whole Chiefs game when we lost 26-3. And we just got blown out by Mahomes. We couldn't stop him or anything. Our offense couldn't even get in the red zone. It was such a bad game. But I still watch it. I still live and breathe the Bears. But we need a new quarterback. Mitch Trubisky, he's not the guy for us right now. And you're going to understand what I mean by that as we go on later in this video. But in this video, I'm just going to name off my top 3 guys I think the Bears should try to target to get as a quarterback. Now, we all know that we traded a bunch of first-round picks to get Khalil Mack, so we do not have a first-rounder this year. Therefore, we can't get a first-rounder quarterback unless we trade up. And to be honest, we don't really have any trade bait right now unless we're going to trade like key guys off of our defense, like obviously Khalil. Like if we want to try to get Joe Burrow, we'll have to trade like Khalil, Eddie Jackson, maybe Roquan Smith, Akeem Hicks. Like, there's so many guys from our defense that would leave if we try to get Joe Burrow. It's just not worth it. So we're going to have, I think, our first pick. Let me just double check on this. So the Bears had the 43rd and the 50th pick in the NFL draft this year in 2020. And my third guy for the top 3 guys that the Bears should target at getting is quarterback Jalen Hurts from Oklahoma/Alabama. We've seen what he could do. He was a Heisman finalist this year. He can put up big numbers. Now, I know he went against Big 12 defenses who are obviously very weak. But just a guy, he's very versatile. He can do stuff on his feet, which screws defenses up like we saw what the whole Lamar Jackson did this year. Jalen's kind of like Lamar Jackson. Like, obviously, Lamar Jackson's more shifty and stuff. But don't underestimate Jalen Hurts' agility and stuff. And he's still got a pretty good arm. Obviously, if you could be a starting quarterback at Alabama at any time, you're something special. So Jalen Hurts, a guy that the Bears should be looking for to draft this year. And yeah, I think that he would be a really good quarterback to just get into the system. Like, who cares? What do we have to lose at this point? If we draft Jalen and we put him in and start him and he doesn't play well, like, what do we have to lose? Like, we need a quarterback, and we need to try everything we can to try to get one to win us games. Now, the number 2 guy I have the Bears that they should go for is one of my favorite players in the league. I have 3: Deebo Samuel, Jadeveon Clowney, and then Cam Newton. The Panthers are parting ways with him, and I think that the Bears could really use Cam Newton. Like, we've seen what he could do. 2015, I'm a huge fan, so I'm following him all the time. Like, that 2015 season, he was by far the most fun player to watch. Like, the way that he plays and everything, like, he has an arm, though he can sling it in there with the best of them. It's just sometimes with the injuries he's been dealing with, and he has a bit of inconsistencies, but we know when he gets hot, like that 2015 season, 2017 season, he can be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And also his running ability is insane. One thing I love about Cam Newton is that he always finishes runs. He's not like all the other quarterbacks who slide and don't want to get extra yards. No, Cam will run into the defender and hit him and fight for those extra yards. And I feel like he'll be a real attitude changer for the Bears. Like, he's a guy that will come in and he'll change the culture of the locker room. He's a fun guy to play with, and he'll just change that whole atmosphere of the team. If you saw our defense going back to 2018, they had so much fun. Just like after every stop, they'd get together, or every interception, they get together and do their little dance or whatever. I think I saw us maybe do that once this year, and it was in the first game of the season. Like, our defense had no fun at all. Our offense didn't either. If you had Cam and that offense going, gets going, they're going to have so much fun. They're going to be like dancing the whole time. And that's when you saw the Bears being the most successful, when the team was having fun like that. So I think Cam Newton will be a real good guy to come into the locker room. And if he gets hot, we're going to be easy Super Bowl contenders. Now, the number one guy I had the Bears to try to target is a guy by the name of Tom Brady. Now, I know he's getting old. He's probably the greatest quarterback of all time, but you have to hear me why we need to get Tom Brady. So, if we get him, we get 1 or 2 years out of him, we probably make the playoffs and probably Super Bowl contenders. But that's not, you got to look long-term here. If you look at the two guys that have been under Brady before they went off and parted their separate ways, you got Jimmy Garoppolo, who's now playing for a Super Bowl in 2 weeks, and now you got Jacoby Brissett, who has been the starter of the Colts. He dealt with some injuries, but both of those guys are really good quarterbacks, and they were both under Tom Brady. And if you go through the interviews with those guys, they were like, Tom Brady was a great mentor. He treated us like he just developed them so well. And just think, if we could get Tom Brady in and get Mitch to like kind of work behind Brady, who knows, Mitch could turn it around and maybe become a real good quarterback in this league if we just get Tom Brady, someone experienced, in to show him all these different ways and stuff. So look at that. That's why I have Tom Brady being the number one guy the Bears should target, because we get 1 or 2 good years out of him. Plus, he can develop Mitch Trubisky very well. Thank you for watching this video. If you're a Bears fan, please subscribe. I'm a huge Bears fan. Other than that, thank you for watching, and come back next time.